ABL Hoopla with Dale Clarke and Monique Bowley.
Hello and welcome to ABL Hoopla, the Messenger's all-new online taste of the South Australian basketball scene. My name's Dale Clarke and I'm joined by 5AA's very wonderful Monique Bowley.
Thanks, Dale. Great to be here. Now let's get stuck into what's happening.
The massive news this week was the absence of one Monique Bowley from the Sturt side this weekend. What happened? You went missing and the girls lost.
Look, it wasn't just me missing. We had Angela missing, we had Renee missing, we had Jane missing. I just took a little mid-season siesta. You know, I'm getting older now, Dale. I have to take my time with these things and take a few games off here now and then to just replenish the stocks, but I'll be back next week.
Yeah, you better wake up from that proverbial nap and get the girls going, but moving on.
Now, the big news this week, though, was Woodville's win against Norwood. I mean, this team has hardly won a game in recent seasons. They won their first game against Centrals last week. Now, all of a sudden, they knock off last year's runner-up.
It's pretty impressive. Do you think this Woodville mob is on the way up?
Yeah, look, I've always really rated Woodville. They're a team that you can't take lightly, and I think that, you know, they work really hard, and you just... Yeah, good on them, I say. Go Woodville.
Yeah, good to see an even competition. So, well, in the other results anyway, North just got home against Eastern. Kayla Francis for the Mavericks is almost doing it on her own out there. She almost got them home, but North managed to hang on.
You know who else has been really good for Mavs? Amanda Williams. She just popped out a baby. Like a couple of months ago, maybe even less than that, and is back on the floor, and she got 18 points in the last game.
Yeah, lethal combination, those two.
Yeah.
Where else have we got? Southern was too good for Centrals. Reigning champion West beat South Adelaide by 3, and Forestville had that minor upset against a depleted Sturt side.
Yes, look, the men's competition is heating up as well. Dale, is anyone going to challenge these three top sides?
Well, North, Norwood and Forestville are really dominating at the moment.
Aren't
they all had they had big wins on the weekend to sort of illustrate how far ahead of the competition they are, and you'd be mad to expect any team to come from outside those three and make the grand final, and yeah, let alone win it. So,
but of these top three, who is really going to win it?
Well, why don't we ask our next guest, Monique? We're joined on the phone by North Adelaide's Jason Reardon, who joined the Rockets this season from Geelong. Jason, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Firstly, Jason, last week we found out that Dusty Reichardt won't be playing at North this year. Do you think you guys can still win the title?
Absolutely. I think we've shown so far with the team that we have that we've got over 6 guys in double figures. So, I mean, scoring is not going to be an issue or anything like that. We showed last week we scored 129 points with a quiet fourth quarter. So, I think what it comes down to is us being able to guard the bigger teams in Forestville and Norwood, which Nick Handball is having a stellar season so far. So I think he's going to be able to do a job against those teams.
Yeah, Handball's almost had a triple-double the last 2 weeks, I think. Now, winning the state title's one thing, and then there's the Nationals, which is where your Geelong side played North last season. You said you came to North with the belief that North had what it takes to win the national title. Do you still have that faith, even with Dusty out of action?
Yep, without a doubt. There's so many similar signs to the Geelong situation. All the guys are roughly between 20 and 23. So we actually won our national championship with 5 Geelong guys being 23 years old. So there's so many similarities there, and you can just see as they get a little bit older, they just get that little bit smarter and a little bit better, and it certainly helps the team out.
Yeah, so comparing Geelong's side last year that you played into the North side this year, who would win if those two teams could somehow travel through time and play each other?
Oh, look, I actually think it'll be a really good game. The North team this year is just there's so many scoring options. It'll be tough to guard, and obviously with Geelong having imports, it certainly makes life a little bit more difficult. But there's no doubt about it. We'd be able to push them right to the wire, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens if we make the next stage. Then hopefully we'll be able to come up against those guys and show how good North really is.
Who would win the Jason Reardon 07 versus Jason Reardon 08 matchup?
Oh, 08 for sure, for sure. No, look, it's just, I think as you get older, you get a little bit smarter, and you just learn to the little mistakes you make when you're a little bit younger. You sort of cut out of your game, so you learn your boundaries and your limits, and you do slowly take that out. So I mean, me being 25 now, just turned 25, I personally feel as though I'm playing some of the best basketball I have played.
Jason, we've run out of time, so we're going to have to wrap it up and leave it there. But thanks very much for joining us.
No worries.
We'll see you on the Pine.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jason.
Bye-bye.
So, Monique, what else is news in the men's competition?
Well, I think the huge story and the huge really disappointment of the season thus far is Southern Tigers. I mean, they came out of the blocks at the start of the season firing. They beat Forestville, they beat Norwood, and they beat South. Haven't won a game since.
Yeah, 3 top 5 sides. I guess those 3 wins, they had Brad Bungie in action for those games, and since then they haven't had him, so they've won every time he's played, and they haven't won since.
Brad Bungie is just one player. He's just one man. Surely they can, go to something else.
Well, yes, you would think so, but he's clearly quite important to them. Just those stats alone that they haven't won since he's been out of action speaks volumes, I think.
Will be exciting. Well, thanks for joining us this week.
Yes, thanks very much. That's the first episode done and dusted. Hopefully we'll be back next week if we get more than 2 or 3 hits on the website. So make sure you keep clicking and keep listening, and hopefully we'll see you again throughout the season.